I don't care to be, unless you want me to.
Guess I'll get a little closer.
I'll get just a little closer.
Stop. I'm still recording.
Hmm?
I'm still recording. Okay. Okay, here we go. We need music. Give some music.
Yes.
We're going to be on our hands and knees, so you can stay right there. So this is going to be a 15 to 20 minute recap of what we worked on at Beginners Yoga or Level 1 Yoga on Wednesday. My first attempt at recording this on my iPhone was a miserable failure. So I'm going to do the same, pretty much the same sequence, maybe just some slight variations. And we're going to start on our hands and knees. And we're going to be moving through table flow with a crunch. So we're going to stay on one side for a few repetitions and then we'll switch. Let's start with our wrists under our shoulders and knees under our hips. And on an inhale, we're going to send the left leg back and the right arm forward. As you exhale, let's take the left knee towards the left elbow, right elbow towards the right hip bone and squeeze. Inhale, reach it back out. Exhale, squeeze, bring it forward. A few more. Breathing and moving at your own pace. So inhale as you extend and reach. Exhale as you crunch. We're going to do one more. And then let's hold on our extension just for a breath or two. Pressing the top of the right foot into the floor, flexing the back foot. One more breath. Try to keep your back neutral. Exhale back down to all fours. Same thing other side. We're extending right leg back, left arm forward on our inhale. Exhale, right knee towards the right elbow, left elbow back towards that left hip. Full inhalation, slow and complete exhalation. One more. And we'll take it back to our extension. Left arm forward, right arm back. Trying to keep the hips square, shoulders square, back fairly straight. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, we're going to take it down to rest. So you can either come onto your forearms, or you can stretch all the way out to child's pose. Arms can be forward or back. One more inhale in this rest. And then we're going to come up onto hands and knees, and we're going to move through our vinyasa from here. So again, let's pull the wrists just slightly under the shoulders. So we want them a little bit closer to our knees, so that when we come down into crocodile, our shoulders are going to shift a little bit over the fingertips. And then also with our alignment in the lower body, we want to take the knees back, behind the hips. And we don't want to sink into the lower back here with the belly coming towards the mat. We want to really lift and be pulling dynamically away from the floor into this high plank. So always have the option of keeping the knees down. That's how we're going to practice it tonight. This will be our inhaling position. As you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows, pointing them towards your toes. Shift the shoulders over to come to crocodile. In crocodile, the tops of the arms are parallel to the floor. On your next inhale, let's lower the hips, slide the shoulder blades down the back, and open up the chest forward. This is cobra. Next exhale, we're going to press into the hands, reverse, and come back to our child's pose. And then inhale, back to that high plank with the knees down. Exhale, lowering crocodile. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, press it back. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to knee plank. Exhale, lowering to crocodile real slow. Inhale, slide the shoulders down the back, open the chest, cobra. Exhale, we're pressing it back. Child's pose first. Then inhale to come back to plank. Exhale, lowering. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to child's pose. Good. Okay, let's come up to downward facing dog. So we're going to plant the toes. Take the fingers out and spread them really wide. We want the middle finger lined up with the shoulder bone. And then we're going to lift through the belly first, followed by the hips. So this upward motion starts in the belly. You can even round the back a little bit here. Once your hips start lifting, we're going to bend the knees just a little bit. So with your knees bent, let's try to lengthen even further in the torso. First, we'll start by pressing into the hands, sending the weight through the fingertips. Engage the shoulder blades down towards your tail. Suck the belly into the lower back. And finally, let's tilt the tailbone up just a little higher for a longer back. And then we'll sink the heels down. Let your head just dangle between your arms. Two more full breaths in downward facing dog. Send that inhale all the way down to between your hip bones. And exhale slowly as you can. One more. Heels press a little further down towards the floor. And then we'll bend the knees and walk the feet forward. Coming into a forward bend. You can keep the knees soft here. Taking the hands wherever you like. So your hands could be on your legs, behind your legs, on a block if you have one, or on the floor. And then slowly we're going to make our way to standing. So we can bend our knees a little bit more and then just roll it up nice and slow. Once we're upright, let's just take a moment to roll the shoulders up and around and down. Okay, starting with our first standing posture. We're going to step forward with the right leg and back with the left leg, coming into crescent lunge. So we're going to start with the left knee bent. That back leg is bent just a little bit. And then let's try to tilt the pelvis. We're going to drop the tailbone a little bit, point the hips, the hip bones straight forward, and just think about your hip bones tilting upward. And then once we've got that set up, we can begin to straighten that left leg out a little bit. You're going to feel an intense stretch in the left hip flexor. If it's too much, take your legs a little closer together. When you feel stable here, let's lift the arms over your head. And as you lift your arms over your head, we want to continue to drive the shoulder blades down the back. Feel the front of the chest light and open. So for less work in this pose, your feet would be closer together and the right knee would be less bent. For more work, we can widen our stance and deepen our lunge. And now we're going to add a twist to this. So let's take a big inhale and really lengthen through the upper body. As you exhale, let's bring palms to the heart. And then we can twist one of two ways. We can either just twist through the shoulders and chest by pulling the right ribs backward and the right elbow backward, taking the left elbow forward. Or you can fold in this twist by taking the left knee or the left elbow onto your right knee, sorry. So if you're choosing the variation where you've got elbow towards your knee, you can press into your hands and really work on opening your chest there. We're going to be here for one more breath. And then let's release back to our crescent lunge, arms overhead. And then moving into Warrior Two, we're going to drop the back heel. Bring the right arm forward and the left arm behind you. And in Warrior Two, we want that left heel pointing towards the back corner of your mat. So your left foot's at an angle. And let's just gaze out over the right fingertips. Seeing that the right hip is open, right knee opening towards the little toe side of your foot. And even though we've got our arms really active and extended here, let's try to soften the shoulders, the tops of our shoulders away from our ears. But keep the shoulder blades and the belly active here. One more breath in Warrior Two. Full exhale, let's let the left arm float down. As you inhale, we're going to take the right arm up and really open through the right side, the right ribs. Keep the right knee bent. It's going to want to straighten up on you. This can get tough. So we're keeping both sides of the body really long in Reverse Warrior. One more inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to take our arms back to shoulder height and begin to straighten the right leg. We're going to keep just a slight bend in the right knee. And then we're going to kind of cartwheel the upper body. Left arm comes up. Right arm for now is just going to dangle inside the right thigh. And then we're going to pull the right arm forward so your right fingertips are reaching forward. So it's a little bit of a variation of triangle pose, and we're going to move on to triangle here shortly, but I just wanted to set up the alignment here. So just a slight bend in the right knee. Be sure you don't lock the right knee out completely straight. Just a really gentle bend there. One more inhale. Exhale, let the right arm soften, and you can take that right hand to your block, to a book if you don't have a block, above or below your knee on your leg, or all the way to the floor. If you find yourself coming down and your chest starts closing up on you and you're not able to lift and lengthen and open, stay up just a little higher. Good, one more breath. And to exit this pose, we're going to bend the right knee. Come up with both legs straight, turn the toes forward. And then we're going to practice that on the other side. So let's just turn around the other direction. We're coming into our high lunge. Left leg is forward, right leg is behind you. Starting with the right knee bent. The right knee is bent. Left knee is also bent in this lunge. And again, let's drop the tailbone, tilt the pelvis, point those hip bones forward. Once you've got that set up, we can begin to straighten the right leg till you can feel a really nice stretch here at the top of the quadricep up into your hip flexor. Float the arms up. Firm belly here, always. Long, slow inhale. Complete, lengthy exhale. One more. Let's exhale, palms to the front of your chest. And then choose your option of a twist. So we can stay upright here in this twist and just draw the left ribs back, the left elbow back. Right elbow is going to cross over the left side of the body. Or if you feel like you might want more here, or a little bit different stretch, you can bend the left knee a little more. Take the right elbow down, press into the hands, and rotate the chest. Try to open the chest. One more full inhale. Exhale, releasing, coming to warrior two. Left knee bends forward, right leg is straight behind, left arm forward, right arm back. Soften the tops of your shoulders, lengthen the sides of your neck. Deepen the breath. Deepen the lunge if you're able to. One more inhale and warrior two. Exhale, let the right arm float down. And then you're going to inhale and open up the left side, reverse warrior. Trying to maintain a bend in that left knee. Think about opening the left side, the left ribs, but also keeping length in the right side as well. Try not to back bend too much into this. We want to think about upward, dynamic softness in the torso. So we don't want to sink in too deep into this on the back side of the right side. We want to lift out of it. Firm base through both the right and the left foot. Try to keep your toes soft. One more breath. As you exhale, let's float the arms back to shoulder height. Begin to straighten the left leg. Starting with a variation of our triangle. We're going to bring the right fingertips up, the left arm forward, palm up towards the ceiling, and just a slight bend in that left knee. One more inhale here, and then we'll move deeper. Let that left arm float down, and you can continue to lower the left arm and left hand just enough so that you can feel the work, but not too much so that your upper body loses this alignment. We want to try to keep the shoulders and chest open, lifting and light. Nice long breath here, full inhale. And exhale. Bending the left knee to come back up. We're going to practice our balance, the same one we worked on last night. So let's take the feet to about hip width apart. Now we're going to start by bringing our weight into the right leg. So your stability and balance is a combination of a lot of things. A big part of it is your core strength, so be sure to keep this area engaged. Think about the sides of your body drawing towards the center line, front of the body pulling into the back body. Also aligning the shoulders with the hips. If we fold forward or lean back, that can affect our balance. And finally, let's try to think about all four corners of the foot. The left ball of the foot, the right ball of the foot, and both sides of the heel. And that's where your weight's going to be distributed. Do your best to try to keep the toes relaxed. That's going to be tough. Let's start by taking the left toes to the mat and bringing most of your weight into that right leg. Just a really slight bend in the right leg. And we'll take our right arm just out to the side. shoulder height, palm open. And then when you feel ready, with your eyes very steady on one spot, you're going to begin to lift the left knee into the left hand. Trying to open the hips slightly forward. Flex that left foot, keep it active. Eyes steady. Try to relax your face and smooth out the breath. Good. 2 more deep inhales and slow exhales. Last one. Good. Release. So if you find yourself falling out of the balance, don't just try to jump right back into it. Take a moment to get set up just like we did. Try to go through that process. Even if that means you're only in the balance for a short time, it's really important to set up the foundation first before you try to force into a balance. So let's start just like we did before. Take the weight mostly into your left foot. Stack shoulders over hips. Engage through the core. Touch down the right toes. Left arm comes out to the outside. Steady the gaze. Keep your eyes there. Keep your eyes soft. And when you're ready, right knee into the right hand, gently opening the hip forward slightly. One side might be more cooperative. As you practice, that will even out. Think about the center line, your nose, your navel, your tailbone. Everything's centered to that area of your body. One more long breath. Super slow exhale. And we're releasing. Good. Let's just kind of step the feet out a couple times. You might have a little discomfort in the lower part of your legs, especially if you're having that tendency to grip the mat with your toes. So that's just something to be aware of. It's a hard habit to break, but just something to think about. Okay, let's just finish up with a couple of forward bends. So we're going to inhale, take our arms up over our head, big stretch, look up at your fingertips. Exhale, dive forward, arms out to the side, long through the back until you're over halfway, then soften it down. Bend the knees, inhale, sweep the arms around and back up, nice big stretch again. Exhale, fold. One more. This time we'll exhale and stay standing, palms in front of the chest. Let's take 3 breaths here. You can close your eyes if you want to. Full inhale starts between your hip bones, gradually making its way through the abdomen, into the lower ribs, up into your chest, into your throat. Super slow exhale. Let the breath trickle out. 2 more just like that. Last one. Relax. So that's week 2 of level 1 yoga at home practice. Might be a good idea to do both week 1 and week 2 back to back. I think they're both about 15 to 20 minutes long. If you can't do that, just do one or the other, once or twice a week. And I think you'll see remarkable progress if you keep at it and keep practicing. So thanks, see you next week.